out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Lavigna. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Hooked on MFS, quality fishing tackle. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans, and Farlow's Caribbean cuisine with a southern twist. My fishing buddy this week is Ross Scrobel of IRT Reels. Ross has fished all over North America testing IRT reels, but this is his first experience to fish the Gulf of Mexico. My goal was to take him speed casting out on the Gulf for mackerel and bonito, to see how well IRT reels perform under pressure, but on day one we have lousy weather. Very strong winds, storm forecasts, just ugly stuff. Both being passionate anglers, we make the best of it and head to the flats. Strong offshore winds had again sucked out the water on some of the most productive flats where I was hoping to get into some snook and redfish. The Pro Sports 2000 floats in 10 inches of water, but even it's having a hard time getting us close to the mangroves. So our fallback is to use a strong wind and just cover as much water as we can on the deeper parts of the flats. You are beating up on those ladyfish.
Oh, man, what can I say? I'm a lady killer.
I should have brought the pliers up from the back. You be careful, okay?
Whoa, is that a dolphin right there?
Yep. If you toss that in, it'll probably grab it. It probably felt the vibrations from you fighting it. I wonder how far north on the coast you get ladyfish. On the Florida coast.
Don't see them in the Carolinas.
You don't see them?
No.
Here on the flats, they're common. Look, you got a ladyfish, I got a small trout. Keeper's 15 inches. You think that's 15? I think you're going to be close, Russ.
Yeah, I don't need to keep anything, do you?
No, no. But it'd be interesting to... I don't have the cooler with the measuring thing. Probably about a 15-incher.
Whoa.
Yeah. It said hello.
Worked hard for that fish.
Yep.
Let's get more.
Yeah. Ross is just a fishing machine.
Yeah, I got another one.
Good one. See if you can swing them around. Is it the same size?
He's pulling a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That might be the one I just threw back. They're pretty fish.
Yeah, that's probably another 15-incher. It's a keeper.
This fish inhaled that.
It's their lucky day. It's Sunday for these fish.
Pep talk. Her pep talk worked. She said we had to catch a fish and get it on camera.
That's right.
2 minutes later, we're getting one after another. Oh, you got one on again. All right.
Now, Ross, how long have you been with IRT?
It's been about 8, 9 years now.
Good.
Started testing with a good friend who I grew up with. He's friends with the president.
Yep.
And now that was, like I said, 8, 9 years ago.
You know, trout are a great fish to get when you can't get out and target some of the other species, especially if the water's rough, because you can find them in these inland bays. Oh, just missed another one. Did you have a hit on your last cast?
Yeah.
Because I've been having a hit almost on every cast. There's a lot of boats that are in here. I think it's the same reason, you know, just trying to find a spot where they can fish to get out of that wind. Fighting all the smaller fish has created quite a commotion and drew the attention of Skipper. I guess fishing conditions aren't too good, even for dolphins, and this one got lucky and grabbed a free meal. Okay, there. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna see if this dolphin wants it. You catch a fish, okay? Here, dolphin. Can you hear it? Here it is. Right there. Come on. It's right there. I see it. Boom, got it. Just like my puppy, River. Just comes up and just snips it. I'm sorry, I love this kind of stuff. I'm a nature guy, right?
Feeding the dolphins.
Feeding the dolphins. So look, that wasn't a monster fish. We planned to go out in the Gulf today, but we had this irregularity. Look at these reels. You can see the quality. These are made in America, IRT. Is this the 400?
That is the 400.
You got the 300.
I got the 300,
Show them
yeah.
that recessed grip, which is kind of neat, the handle.
This power grip, this is the older design. We just made an improved one, but it works well for people who want to have all 4 fingers in front of the reel stem. After I've gotten used to doing this, using this power grip, I love it.
Now, I haven't taken a reel apart. How come they're so smooth? Because we're working them pretty hard, casting and retrieving, casting and retrieving.
It's mainly the material, finding what metals work well together.
Yep.
Seeing where you can make a gear perhaps a little bit softer than the main gear, and that'll actually get smoother as you use the reels and maintain it.
The first time I picked it up, when Dante showed me the reel, you know, up in Jersey, I could tell right off the bat the quality. You know, there's so much stuff that's made overseas, and unfortunately, a lot of it is not good quality. You know that, right?
We aim to make a bulletproof reel that lasts for a lifetime. And with that being said, we have a warranty, a lifetime warranty that's optional.
Good.
And as far as I'm concerned, we've pushed these things pretty hard with all of our pro staff here in the U.S. And we've identified the common things that can happen, which would be maybe lack of maintenance or if somebody really pushes it on a big fish. But
yep.
We've designed the reels where if anything does fail, it's a minor thing and that can be replaced, and then you get your reel back and you're not buying something new.
Good.
You trust that you can send it to us in Pennsylvania and we'll send it back.
Good. Day 2, wind subsided and a pretty heavy fog has set in. That's a good sign, which means that the offshore seas should have settled down overnight. Tide still looks low in the Intercoastal Waterway, but on the upside, it's nice to see kayakers to boats taking advantage of the break in the weather. So we race offshore about 7 to 9 miles, slow down and keep one eye on the Raymarine fish finder and one eye scanning the water surface for any fish feeding activity. We are definitely in the right area and the bait fish are thick on the screen. Now all we have to do is spot some surface explosions. Even without spotting surface activity, we start speed casting in all different directions. Ross off the bow and I'm working the stern. We're using IRT reels filled to capacity with 30-pound braid and making long casts up to 200 feet. As soon as the lure hits the water, we speed reel it in. If the wind is not too strong, drifting is a good way to cover water over baitfish schools. And you know that sooner or later, fish are going to start busting on the surface.
Oh, they're busting right here. They're busting right where my line is. We're running straight through them.
Bingo! Fish are feeding on the surface and we quick fire cast through them, hooking up fish after fish. Bad news is that as soon as we start hooking up fish, a barracuda, bigger mackerel, or cobia either takes half our fish or the whole thing. If I can get that line off. When the action is hot, the last thing you want to do is to have to retie. It's not as simple as just tying a new lure on. You have to wrap a wire leader around the lure eye, wrap a small swivel at the other end of the wire, then use a uni knot to connect the 30-pound braid to the 50-pound fluorocarbon leader. And finally, you tie the fluorocarbon to the swivel on the wire. Kind of like a foot bone is connected to the leg bone, you get the drift. Kind of nice, Ross. I don't know, it's silver, it's long, it's fighting good. Might be a small cuda. It's not behaving like a mackerel, but you never know. We finally were able to get offshore.
What'd that hit on? Gotcha?
Yeah, on the gotcha. We're out about, I'm gonna guess, 7, 8 miles. know what? It's a mackerel. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
You were telling me to get one, but you got it.
I'm gonna make sure he's fought out because I don't want to gaff him. I'm just gonna grab him by the back of the tail. I can see that lure sticking out of his mouth. Come on. Lots of power. You beautiful fish, you. Come here. See if I can hold on to him without a glove. There, finally. Hey, it didn't get hit by a cuda.
Well done.
3 fish, like 3 cudas. Look at
that. Great.
Nice and steady. Look at those teeth. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know about all those number of barracuda that are out around. We've got tons of them. There. I'm gonna slide this guy back. Nice silver fish. Actually, I'm gonna go on this side. You fought nobly. Now it's time to let you go. There you go. Am I coaching you all right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
We finally start landing some of the fish and choose a bunch for the cooler. But we're still having those pesky cuda and cobia grabbing our fish while we're bringing them to the boat. I try setting a line with the live bait fish, but these guys only have a taste for live fighting mackerel. Oh, man. Beautiful. I like that sound.
That drag's tight, too.
I like it. Let me listen. Come on.
I'm getting hit. Could be a
Hit
double.
'em.
Come on now.
Doubles. We're on some. You know, this old big cuda. Oh, a cuda just looked at mine. Don't you grab it. Oh, man. I don't have control over this fish. You know, Dante, when we were filming up in New Jersey, was nice enough to give me one of his rods. This rod is amazing. He built it just for this kind of fishing. Gorgeous.
Okay, get a shot of these fish in the water.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah.
On the gotcha plugs.
Yeah, I don't know if mine's going to come out. He just hooked lightly, but that's okay. I think they're great sport. They're great eating. And see if I can do a tail grab again.
I'm in the boat.
A point for touching them. Come on.
Aggressive
Come on.
things, I'll tell you.
Did you flip yours in the boat?
Yeah.
You've been watching those bass guys on TV too much.
No, I
think.
hand leadered it.
Okay, I got it open for you, sir. There we go.
Oh.
Nice. Can I just borrow your shirt for a second? No, how about maybe the towel? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard. These are these IRT Made in America kick-ass reels. So the reason I'm holding these beside each other, one is a little bit smaller than the other, but not just that, but see, this is more of a traditional, right here, handle on the actual reel. See this recessed back? Both work great, but I'm telling you, I haven't used a reel like that. I did once on a bare center pin, but you don't have that much room to get your hand underneath. But when you got to do this, I call it speed casting, because you see fish, you got to be on top of them, you know, and reel really fast. I like that you get a lot more torque, because you know, if you're holding the rod down here, it's like, oh, help me, right? So you want to have it up front. So I don't know which one you prefer.
That's that power grip. We just did a bit of a redesign just to get this recess up a little bit more because some rod seats would not fit on just as well, but that's going to be an even better thing.
You know what? It is. I like it, man. Awesome. It's almost like holding a gun, you know, when you're firing. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, let me get back up there. I'd love to chat some more, but I think we got to get on top of those fish again.
Let's get them.
What a change. Yesterday, we were battling strong winds and catching little fish. Today, no wind, and we're fighting decent-sized fish. Yeah! Perfect eating size. Double trouble. Do you like that sound?
I love it.
It's a combination of the drag and the line sizzle.
It's my favorite.
Fighting butts do come in handy, eh?
Yes.
For fighting the fish?
Yeah.
Nice fish.
I'm gonna attempt to land it.
You can do it.
Oh, come on now.
Take it easy. Do the tail grab. Watch the rod tip. You gonna grab the tail? No. Dang. Ross, no, come on. We gotta eat, man. See if I can not lose mine. I don't like gaffing small fish. You know, if it's a big fish, touch them. 1 point. Touch them again.
I'll quit showing off.
There. Look at good-sized fish, eh? Nice steaks. You know, we'll either steak them up or we'll fillet them. Both ways, they taste great.
Fresh. It's the best with those things.
You know, they're plentiful. They taste great. Why not enjoy them, right?
There's plenty of them.
That's part of here's the catch, not just the catch. Enjoying the fish, having a good time. Okay, this guy's going in the cooler. Right around. We're like two grown kids, hooking fish after fish. Ross is so focused, he's not even talking. Between hooking fish, losing fish, and trying to land fish, we lose track of time.
Nice
yeah,
fish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice fish.
We're getting there. Closed captioning brought to you by Leguano, natural barefoot technology for every adventure. How do you feed two hungry anglers? Farlow's. Today, Ross and I are going to be enjoying a fresh Caribbean red snapper meal. To begin with, you start with a fresh caught snapper that has been properly stored in a cold room. Chef John Mazza skillfully fillets a good-sized red snapper, ensuring no meat is wasted. This means using a fillet knife that is the right length for the size of the fish and making sure the knife just touches the vertebrae and the ribs as the flesh is separated from the carcass. Once each fillet is removed, any loose or thin areas around the edges are trimmed off to ensure even cooking. One thing that I appreciate is the cleanliness at Farlow's when preparing fresh fish. Chef John changes surgical gloves often and also carefully washes his hands when he transitions from fish prepping to cooking. Each piece of fresh fillet and cut fish is weighed so they are the proper portion, and any excess fish goes back in the cooler to ensure freshness. The snapper pieces are gently pan-fried and kept in the oven before plating. Bananas are encrusted in special coating and deep-fried. The cooked snapper pieces are plated and garnished with the encrusted deep-fried bananas with a banana rum glaze drizzled on. Okay, it's time to eat. I don't live too far from here, so I have the honor of coming here often. And whenever we have friends, especially from up north, that come down, if we want to take them to a really nice meal, a fish meal, we bring them here. It's funny because I met the owner, the woman. Her name is Lori. I didn't know she was the owner at the time, because the couple that we ate with, the woman said, I don't like eating fish because it tastes fishy. And I said, and her husband loves fish. And I said, well, fish isn't supposed to taste fishy. It's supposed to taste like fish, a really nice flavor. And I said, if it tastes fishy, it's either spoiled or it's been frozen and thawed, that kind of thing. And she said, well, I'll try it. So I wanted to make sure that the fish was fresh that evening. So I asked for the manager, and this woman came over, who ended up being the owner. And I said, I'd like to go into your kitchen and make sure that your fish is fresh. So I wanted to smell it, make sure it didn't smell like too fishy, right? I wanted to see if the ribs were separated from the carcass or not, because that means that there would have been advanced bacteria growth and different things. And she said, no, you don't have to do that, sir. The fish is fresh. I'm going, well, I'd really like to see the fish, because I know. She goes, no, you don't have to do that. It's fresh. I went, okay, I'll take your word for it. So that night she ordered mahi-mahi. I won't forget it. And she said, this is amazing, And it was because it was fresh and it was prepared without too many seasonings and stuff. But listen, while we're eating here, I want to know what the scoop is on the IRT reels. What makes them different? What makes them special? When you look at them, they look like they're, made in Switzerland or something. They look really special. They know they're American made. So what makes them special?
It's really a short answer. It's an American-made reel that we aim and have aimed to be a reel for a lifetime, and that really is reliant on our team, our small team, and our pro staff that helps us, and anyone that jumps aboard just to adopt that philosophy, and that's kind of the end game. They might be, able to handle this, or the seals are great for that. But in the end, I think it's going to be some customer service and really back up our word that these reels should last a lifetime.
Now, the reels have been specifically designed for saltwater, because if anything is going to corrode or break down, trust me, I've used lots of reels. Saltwater reels, quote-unquote saltwater reels, and also freshwater reels. And the salt, even though you take care of them, You know, I rinse my reels after fishing. When I leave, when I'm gone for a month or two, I spray all my reels. You know, sometimes I take them apart, even the handles, everything, you know, to lubricate them. Because if there's any salt residue, it's going to make things worse. I let off the drags and everything.
I think what it comes down to is realistic expectations and comparison. You never want to copy another reel,
Right.
but you want to compare. They got there somehow, some way. And if they're at the top of their game, obviously they had support. It led to that decision. So with that being said, I'm sitting on the back of the boat on the way in after getting spooled by 3 huge tuna. And I'm just comparing and contrasting our reel to 2 other reels, which are at the top of their game. And yeah, you take moments like that and you go back to the sketch board, drawing board, and say, okay, there's probably something we can do with the spool here to beef it up and whatnot. And you got to be humble about it, and at the same time, address what?
What I really like is that you've got it covered from the small reel for, you know, I'm going to say light to medium heavy fishing, you know, getting fish like the spotted sea trout, snook, redfish. I'm going to say fish up to even like 20 pounds, you know, no problem, or even heavier if you wanted to push it, you know, and if you know what you're doing, you got your drag set right, got the right outfit and stuff. But then all the way to the big game. What's the heaviest one? The 800?
On the 800, yeah.
What do people load it with? What pound test? Braid or mono?
70-pound braid to 100-pound braid if you're going for something heavy.
Yeah.
And you could just as well use 60 for blackfin if you wanted to horse some blackfin tuna. It's really your preference. Some people like that heavy stuff. Some people like to just play it light and have more line capacity.
That's awesome. I think you got it covered. Listen, don't let your fish get cold. I could talk and talk and talk. We've got more fishing to do, by the way.
Yes, we do.
Enjoy, or as we say where I come from, buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
One day I wandered out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Lavigna. 40 years I've fished the world and I've learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Hooked on MFS, quality fishing tackle. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans, and Farlow's Caribbean cuisine with a southern twist.